Good morning, Sonder fam. Happy Monday morning and happy last week of October. So great to have you all with us this morning. I'm Jennifer Krippner. I am dialing in from the lovely state of Minnesota, where it's a beautiful Monday morning. Great to have you here. Week 44, it looks like Jennifer Ogilvie from Texas, who's also in the chat with us this morning. If you want to come on and say hello to everybody, you have Team Jennifer this morning.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, we are so glad you're here. And thank you for being with us this morning as we get started. If you have set your chat to everyone, thank you for doing that. If you have set your chat, which is the default to host and panelists, only Jennifer and I can see that. So if you don't mind just going to that little drop down blue button and changing it to everyone so we can all partake in your chat this morning, that would be wonderful. Thank you, Catherine. And happy 18th anniversary to Mandy. If anybody else has anniversaries or birthdays this week, congratulations and happy celebrating and all of that. So please share in the chat with that. And lots of things to look forward to this week. So it's awesome with Halloween happening and fall festivities and closing out the month and starting a new month. And so welcome and thanks for being here. Let's get started for our setup today. Just a reminder that Silk and Sonder has community guidelines. Jennifer and I are not employed by Silk and Sonder, so if you have any questions about your products or your subscription, please just send a nice little request to hello@silkandsonder.com. Also, just a reminder, this is a place to really elevate your health, emotional health through the power of community. And we love Silk and Sonder as a community, either in Sonder Club, through the app, or through these Sonder socials. And so just really being responsible for ourselves and for the health of one another. And the opportunity month has been wonderful to think about different ways we can really elevate our own emotional health through opportunities, through all the different ways that we come together through our health, through our career, through our personal lives and relationships. So it's awesome to be part of this theme as we transition into next month's theme. All right, so here's our agenda for today. We are going to finish the mind map for week 4. We're going to work on our rosebud and thorn, which is reflecting on this past week. And then we're going to start our weekly setup. And so you can see this is the page that we're going to get started on. If you're still in October, which I am, we're going to work on page 52 and 53. If you have your November journal and you'd like to start that, because November begins on Friday, 26 and 27 will be the pages. So that is where we'll get started. But first, we're going to do some pretty fun things to begin with. And I also really love the fact that I'm going to share some pictures, and it kind of dawned on me this week, and I've been doing Silk and Sonder for like 4 years, is we can print pictures and we can put them in our journals. And it's so fun to think about looking back and seeing pictures. So I'm going to share some of my pictures of how I'm going to be putting them in my journals going forward. All right, so our mind map is something that we do every week, and we reveal a new prompt. And this is just kind of a bonus prompt that you get for coming to Sonder Socials. And it's always based on the theme of the month. So obviously the theme for October was opportunity. And the 4th question for this month or prompt is about community. We started the month about educational opportunities, personal development opportunities. The 3rd week was about creative opportunities. This week is about community. So we'd really like you to think about reflecting on a time when you were part of a community event or initiative. How did it make you feel connected to the people around you? And what impact did it have on your community as a whole? And then thinking forward, how could you contribute to your community in the future? That's the prompt. I'll come back to the prompt and I'll give you a little bit more about how we can set this up. So you can find a blank page in your journal. A lot of people do that. And then you could use the weekly scratch pad. And that's what I did this month, actually. And I'll show you how that looks. So each week I did each prompt in the weekly scratch pad. You could just use a sticky note if you don't want to use pages in your journal. The definition page, you could use different quarters of that page on page 3, or the quote page. Sometimes on page 38, people like to use that. So I have a couple examples here on blank pages in your journal. On the left-hand side, you can see one completely filled out for the month. And on the right-hand side is Jennifer Ogilvy's, where she drew circles and saw different opportunities for each of the prompts there. And so that's kind of fun, how to be able to do that. So here is the prompt again, and I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you to see, and I will share mine as well. So you can see I use the scratch pad for week 4, and I had a dear friend of mine who passed away from stage 4 breast cancer at the age of 35. And so I became an executive co-chair for a brand new event in Minnesota. And it was called the Minnesota Metzgerade, and it was benefiting Medivivers, which was a national fundraiser for stage 4 breast cancer. And I was the executive co-chair for 5 years, and we raised over $1 million during that time. And so I feel really good and proud the fact that we were able to help benefit a broad community, but a local community in Minnesota, and also a really special community of women that I had never known or met because of really bringing to light the fact that there are so many people that live with breast cancer and that have stage 4 breast cancer, and learned so much about the disease. And so feel really honored. On the bottom picture, I actually won the award that year for, they surprised me because I planned the event. So they had to, it was pretty tricky that way to be able to surprise me with an event award when I was planning the event. So pretty significant community that I became a part of, that just because of one person. So when you can reflect on being part of a small community and then a broader community, the whole state of Minnesota, and then actually nationally, to be impacted that way, was a pretty remarkable event. So this community engagement prompt to me really brought back a lot of memories. So I'd like you to think about and reflect on a time when you were part of a community event or initiative. How did it make you feel? How were you connected to those people? What impact did you have? And then how could you contribute to a community in the future? And I'd like you to think about maybe this social club, Sonder Social Club, perhaps our socials that we're part of, Sonder Club in the app. Maybe there's a social media. I know that my son is getting married. I'm part of, on Facebook, a Mother of the Bride, Mother of the Groom group. And it's so impactful to really be part of other people's experiences about, having a son or a daughter getting married. And so really supportive community there. Jennifer and I are actually part of it together because her daughter's getting married this weekend. There's many different ways that you can be part of different groups. And I'd love to hear in the chat as you think about filling out your mind map, where you're part of something and how you're contributing to that. And so I'm going to play a song, and then we will come back and hear in the chat how you what kind of community you've been part of. And so I will be back here shortly. Wow, what an amazing group of people we have here this morning. Thank you so much for sharing all the different ways that you're impacting the communities around you and that are important to you. So, Kate, we'll be thinking of you as you go through your procedure. Also, that you're very involved in your NAMI organization, your chapter, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. So, thank you for doing that. Also Sonia with the March of Dimes, Anne Marie, Widow and Widow community, that you're going to be part of that. Sorry that you have to be part of that, but I'm sure you're going to make a great impact there. Jennifer, you're participate in a local plant stand. So take a plant, leave a plant in Texas. I love that. That's so cool. Barbara, you're part of a board of directors for the local nonprofit Land Trust. Super, super important. And Alexandra will be thinking of you on November 17th with the Epilepsy Day and doing a workout challenge. Dawn, Quilts of Valor, where a group of people sew quilts for veterans and active duty military. That's awesome. That's amazing amount of quilts as well. Michelle with the local Main Street program. You've been doing some work for a better place to live and work. That's awesome. You guys are doing some great things. So you proposed a plan for a wheelchair lift, Joanna. I love that. Being installed at her school and getting people involved. So community is such an important thing. And Leanne, Relay for Life. Oh my gosh. That's an incredible amount of money as well. So let's continue this theme as we think about how we can continue to do what we're doing and spread the love of our community. Before we do that, let's reflect on this past week. So let's turn our pages to 50, where we're going to reflect on the past week, our rosebud and thorn. A rose is something that went really well last week, something to celebrate, something that we really want to remember. And a bud is something that is an emerging opportunity, something that we're going to look forward to this week. And then a thorn, something that it was a challenge that didn't go so well. And Jennifer is going to put that in the chat so you can know what a rosebud and thorn is if you haven't done that in the past. And again, I'm sharing some pictures because I'm printing these out and I'm going to be putting them in the opposite page of my rosebud and thorn on a blank page. And so I can remember these moments in time as I think about my rosebud and thorn. So thank you, Jennifer, for putting in the chat on page 30 what the definition of rosebud and thorn is. So this past week, I celebrated my parents' 60th wedding anniversary, and you can see my family picture up there, my parents in the middle. On the bottom left, my sister's getting married in about a month, and so we had her bridal shower. She's there in the off-white sweater and the dark hair. And then this weekend, we had our grandson, baby Weston. He's 10 months old. He spent the weekend with us as well. So it was quite the long weekend of celebrating and so much highlight and wonderful things that happened over the weekend. So my opportunity is I'm traveling to Washington, D.C. this week, sorry, tomorrow to work. And my daughter also has a conference there for her work. So we're going to meet up and actually be in the same city. And it's going to be incredible. So my thorn was the fact that I ate a pretzel and I broke part of my tooth off, the very back one back here that needed some work about a year ago that I didn't take care of. And now I have to go before I fly tomorrow to have a treatment plan figured out for that lovely tooth. Thankfully, it doesn't hurt, but I do not appreciate going to the dentist. So that is my rosebud and thorn. I am going to encourage you all to think about printing out a picture or two, especially for your rose and your buds, maybe your thorn too, and put it on the opposite page so you can reflect back because it's super fun to think about looking back in your journals and seeing some of those rose moments. And just, I guess, remember to take pictures too. So here we go. Let's play a song and I will see you here shortly. All right. Thank you for sharing some of your rosebud and thorn. I appreciate you taking the time in the chat to do that. Trixie, I just want to shout out to you that you and your sister took a trip with your dad, who's 95, to see his brother, who's 93. I love that. Taking time to spend time with family is awesome. That's a huge milestone. I'm sure you got some pictures too. Elizabeth, you learned how to make sourdough. That's awesome. And you're making more meals at home as your bud. Sorry that your husband got sick. Lori, I love this. Saying no to something that I didn't want to do, but usually will give into. Huge boundary there. I love it. Good. Congratulations on that. And your bud, hoping that your nerve block shots will work and get some pain relief. We'll be thinking of you for that. Just read a couple more before we move on to the next one. Anne Marie, your 30th high school class reunion and reconnecting with friends. That's awesome. Setting up accountability meetings with your mentor. And then your thorn was not being home so much. Agreed with that. Great. So let's move on to our next section, which I'm really excited about. Let's think about turning to page 54 if you are in October, and page 28 if you're in November. Well, November, but you could do this as a beginning of the month check-in. But let's think about an end of the month check-in. Cannot believe we're here at the end of October already. So here are some questions that I'd like you to consider. And then I'll share with you where we could possibly do this. So one end of month check-in question. So far, I'm proud of accomplishing blank. One thing I'm grateful for, my favorite affirmation for this month was one habit I've cultivated this month, and one thing I want to accomplish in November is. All right, let's think about where we can do this. So on page 54 through 56, we have the one thing box at the top. We have each day that we could do it on. You could see I did my mid-month check-in here under Monday, the right example. This week, I chose to do the end of month check-in in the one thing box. So I did one thing, one question each day. So one thing, set an intention by choosing how you can support your community. So that you could use the mind map on this page, or you could complete your end of month check-in and the weekly spread. You could finish it in a day or choose to do a question one day per week, per day here. So these are some great ideas and options, or you can just choose to set up your week and make it fun and Halloween-like. I'm going to give you some time to fill out this spread or choose to do end of month check-in. So this is going to be your time to choose how do you want to do this prompt, or choose to fill out your weekly spread. And I will be back here in a little bit. All right, here we go. Thanks for your comments in the chat. Appreciate you taking time to share kind of how you're using your weekly spread. I think it's good to just spend a little bit of time setting them up. And end of the month reflection, Lori says, is helpful for a reminder of your wins and what you could work on more. Alice says you use your daily spread for your daily checklist and leave a space um, for taking notes or adding a quote or scripture that catches your attention. And Jennifer, you use it as a scripture and quick reflection as well as end of day 3 good things list. That's awesome. And then I think that was it as far as comments. Jamie, hopefully you were able to get a screenshot or write down these end of month check-in. I can always come back to this as well. Before we move on to going back to page 52, and then we are also going to go back to page 26 in your November journal. So we're going to start to fill out our week and really look at how we want to feel in our goals, to-dos, and habits. So we're going to fill out that page. So curious if you want to share in the chat with me right now, how do you want to feel this week? What are the words that you'd like to use? And remember, you can use more than one word. You can use an affirmation or a phrase, multiple words. What are the things that how would you want to feel this week? And just share in the chat. And you can use the same word each week. I typically use the same words each week because that's just how I roll. And they typically end up with a P word like productive or present, powerful. So I'm loving some of the words that you're doing as well. Powerful and fearless, calm, grounded. That's awesome. And so um, fabulous, confident, motivated, calm, loved, content, grounded, focused, peaceful, love it. These are all great things that we want to feel productive. Yeah, that's always one of mine. Some days I have a really hard time getting going. I just really need those timelines for me to keep moving forward. So here's some really great ideas you can see on the page. I love this one on the bottom left. It says, I want to feel more, and then I want to feel less. I love the one on the middle bottom where each day they have a different word for each day. I guess it all depends on where we're going and what we're doing. Sonia, festive. I love it. I wrote a quote from Linus. Gave you, you come to sing pumpkin carols. That's cute. Dawn, I love fabulous this week. And I do not like Halloween. That's funny. So I think people are using more stickers this week too, some Halloween stickers and some fun that way, as we saw in the previous page setup. Here in the middle, you can see another way to set up your page. That person, they want to feel festive as well. And then accomplished on the right side, you can see they want to feel accomplished, and then they put all the words around it that would help them feel accomplished. And on the bottom or the left-hand side, it says to feel intentional. So they're moving forward into their goals section, how they want to feel. And then they put their 3 things. They want to journal daily, pray daily, and outside daily, and then little check boxes. So how we want to feel can really inform our goals. And so how can our goals support how we want to feel? And I'd like you to think about now your goals for the week. How can they support how you want to feel? How can your to-dos support your goals? So all of these things really come together really nicely. And so let's look at other examples here. This person, I think this is Corey, she talks about she wants to embrace her true self. So her goals are mind, body, and soul. And then she talks about embracing introspection, movement, and creativity. And then her to-dos support that as well. Let's look at this one again, mind, body, and soul, both of these mind, body, spirit. And then the top one has a little bingo box for the to-dos. And then You can see how the to-dos inform the goals as well. Couple more examples. I think this is a really popular way to look at our to-do list: need, want, and wish, or need, want, and hope, or just need and want for our to-dos, things we really need to do and things we really want to do, and just a different way to categorize how we set that up. If you really are feeling overwhelmed this week, you have a lot to do on your list and a lot of things to tackle, perhaps you want to use what's called the Eisenhower matrix. And this is really a great way to divide and conquer. So really things that are important and urgent that you need to do, maybe not important but yet urgent that you could help delegate, and then important and not urgent that you really need to decide on, and then not important and not urgent that you could maybe delete or drop. And it's just a really great way. And Jennifer's putting in the chat a link from James Clear on how to help organize your to-dos or your list of items that you need to get done for the week. And I love this one too. Maybe your to-do list isn't something that you'd like to put in your journal, and just remember this is your journal. You can see on the left-hand side, they scratched out to do. You could put a piece of the washi tape or a sticker over it. This box could become whatever you would like it to be. This is your journal. There's no right or wrong way how to do this. So maybe it's a to-be list. How do you want to be this week? How do you want to show up? How do you want to be to yourself? Do you want to be kind, quiet, slow to anger, reflective, delighted, happy? And so this is maybe just a reminder to yourself of how you want to be this week. A couple more categories of fun things that our Sonder fam members have done. Perhaps you'd like to do it now or later. Things for work and home. How about a to-do list turns into a to-do list, things that you've accomplished. Morning and night, or AM and PM. Maybe you'd like to do 3 things: self, others, and home or house. Just some great ways to categorize this section. And again, we love to repurpose sections. Again, this is your journal, do it your way. The social check-in is a great way. I've done this before as well. People that you want to connect to and build community with, perhaps, or just check in on. Perhaps you'd like to check your screen time tracker or weekly expenses, or use those wonderful stickers that we have. And again, at the bottom, how can our habits and activities support our goals and our to-dos and how we want to feel? Some wonderful ideas here on how we might go about really setting ourselves up for success. And these can just be things that we know we need to do every single day that we want to keep our eye on. Maybe they're things that we move from week to week to week. Maybe there's 1 or 2 things on the weekly habit tracker that are on our monthly habit tracker. I know mine carry over from the monthly to the weekly. They're just helpful for me to put that little X on. Some people like to keep track of the goals, like how many times a week do you want to do it? Some people don't put a goal on at all, and that's just fine. Some people fill out every line. For me, I usually do about 3 things a week, just that I know I can be successful doing it. The top middle one, you can see perhaps they're on vacation that weekend and they're just not going to track anything for the weekend. So lots of fun ideas. I'm going to put a song on, and I'm going to let you fill out yours for the week. And we will be back here in just a little bit. Enjoy. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for taking time to fill out this page. I know it's a lot to go through and to think about, but we appreciate you thinking about maybe changing it up this week or thinking about maybe some new ideas for next month. Alice says her major goals this week are to continue holiday house cleaning, deep cleaning, continue craft room setup, and Bible class prep week for the week. So thanks for letting us know your goals. And then it looks like, I'm just reading back here, Lori, it says these are difficult pages for you to decide on how to set up. So it looks like maybe you like to change things up a little bit. I think that's awesome to do that. And I love Jennifer's idea about on this page, the habit activity, actually writing on there, check your monthly habit tracker, right? To go back or check your mood tracker or look at your intentions, right? So sometimes it's easier to fill out during your monthly setup, some of those earlier pages on 9, 10, or 11, and then not go back to them. So maybe using this habit tracker in your weekly page to actually go back and continue to fill those out on a daily basis. So great plans and great ideas there. Appreciate that. That's a great idea. Thanks for sharing that. We always learn so much from one another during these sessions. So let's turn the page over to page 53 or 27, depends on what one you're in. Let's focus on the meal plan, mind, body, health plan, and our shopping list. And let's also end with I am loving. So here's some fun ideas. I just loved these Halloween ones over the weekend. So looks like a meal plan on the left-hand side. I love seeing what people are making or planning for the week. So it looks good there. I love all the stickers. And then Mind, Body, Health Plan, it looks like a restful start. Looks like they have some schedule things as well on there. And yes, don't forget daylight savings time this coming weekend for those of you that live in areas that have that. And then on the right-hand side in Mind, Body, Health Plan, I love the little flower sticker and then different options for them to choose from, an actual shopping list. And then I love this. I am loving feeling more alive, awake, and live versus numbing myself. So that is an awesome way to write in that space. Here's some other ideas, prioritization ideas, so more and less of. Quotes, they're tracking their water, tea, and juice as well. A clothing plan, so perhaps you take too much time in the morning thinking about what you're going to wear, and so you want to be more efficient, so let's plan out our week for what we're going to wear. How about a victory inventory? All the things that are going well. We also have the 7 types of rest. Since there's 7 spaces here, perhaps you really want to focus each day on one of the 7 types of rest that are listed here. And then a couple more ideas, self-care. How did I fill my cup today? Or how did I find my happy this week? Perhaps I think somebody just mentioned they're going to be doing some deep cleaning. Maybe each day you focus on an area and this is where you track that. Maybe you're really looking at tracking your intake of protein and produce, or you have a busy week and this is where you're going to track your weekly overview of your schedule. Couple more ideas. Maybe you would like some daily adventures, and then the water droplets could be the adventures that you've tracked. I like to track my food here, my intake, and then in my mood tracker, I change it to a symptom tracker because I get migraines, and so I'd like to know what food I intake and if it has a impact on my symptoms. And then on the right-hand side, you can see all the things that we can use or repurpose our meal plan section. I'd love to hear in the chat how you're using the meal plan. It looks like, Barbara, you're using it as a reading plan for the week. I think that is a lovely idea. I'd love to see an example of that at the end of the week in the Sonder Club. Let's look at some mind body health plan ideas. Here, I love on the left-hand side, super fun little Halloween stickers. This night in the shopping list idea, all the things that you need to do at night, dinner, dishes, shows, rest, teeth, skincare, no phone, journal, and read, and then a little checklist. Tidy and sleep, again, reset, 7 types of rest again here, and then different things you can do for mind, body, and health there. Another shopping list ideas, Wordle wins. I love tracking my Wordle. So you could do that in your shopping list if you'd like. A packing list, self-care, birthday bingo week if it's your birthday, and then this calmness scale. How calm were you each of the day if you're liking to track that as well. And then one more, I am loving. I am loving my family time, other people, I'm loving daily rituals, cleaning out stuff, creativity, I'm loving me. I'm loving myself by, and then an opportunity to write different things in there this week. So I'm gonna go back to some of these examples. I'm gonna play a song or two and give you some time to continue to fill this out, and I will be back here shortly. right. So great to be able to finish out this time with you with I Am Loving. And I am loving this community so much. It's been such a great time to be together today and hear and see how you're using this last few pages of the month. And so great to close out October with each of you. Alice, it looks like you're using the meal plan for gratitude question each day. Thank you for sharing those in the chat. I love that. And Jennifer, it looks like you change up mind, body, and health each week, maybe self-focused, but you tend to change it up a lot. Alice, mind, body, health is your success of the day. And Alexandria, I love that you're using ChatGPT to help you think about mind, body, health plan. Sometimes when we get stuck, either come to this community or Sonder Club to help you figure it out, or ChatGPT. That's so great. So thank you all for sharing. In the chat today. Also, I wanted to just let you know that Silk and Sonder is sharing emails, trick or treat emails each. I don't know. I think Jennifer, maybe you can share in the chat if they're daily, but you make sure you want to open them because there are some surprises in there, some great deals, and some fun things. So make sure you open them. Don't delete them. Open them and see what they are. We're not sure how long they're going for, but they're daily emails from headquarters. So there's been some fun things in there, and you make sure you don't want to miss them. So for sure, open your emails and see what tricks or treats are coming from Silk and Sonder email headquarters. So it's a super fun way to embrace Halloween this week. We truly have enjoyed being with you. Here's some of the songs I played today. It's been fun. That last one I really love, Lavender's Blue, so that's fun. If you haven't been part of the Silk and Sonder Personalized Life Coach, the beta testing is still open, so you can sign up today. Jennifer will put that link in there. It's a really fun way to get personalized support through an email or a text link, and really just kind of help support you through your life and connects you to affirmations and prompts and different ways to really help you elevate your journey. There's a Mayha's demo link is there if you want to watch and see what it's all about. And again, refer a friend if you'd like to have an accountability partner on this journey. If you aren't part of the annual subscription, you can upgrade and save the survey. We'd love to hear what you think. And then, of course, our amazing YouTube channel that we have where you can see over 800 videos of this amazing Sonder Social library, including today's. Everything's in there except for the chat. You can rewatch all the slides that we shared. And so it's been wonderful again to be part of your morning and your kickoff to a wonderful week ahead. And with that, Jennifer and I wish you a wonderful week. We wish Jennifer a wonderful wedding with her family this coming weekend, and everyone else be well, be safe, and we will see you again here next Monday. All right, take care, everyone.
Today's gonna be my day. I just wanna climb to the top of a mountain, standing tall when I'm howling. 'Cause today's gonna be my day, it's gonna be my day, day. Good night stress, see you in the morning. I don't gotta guess, you're always there for me. Sowing them seeds of doubt, I think you like seeing me freak out. Good night stress, see you in the morning. So I wake up, I get out of bed, stay out of my head 'cause it's dangerous, and I don't wanna lose my mind, no. I just wanna shine like the sun when it comes up, run the city from the rooftops, 'cause today's gonna be my day. I just wanna climb to the top dark